Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ringworm Podcast, Episode 5. Quite a troublesome time to get here. A peek behind the curtain. We were supposed to start 2 hours ago.
You always make it sound so official when you start.
Well, I like to give it a sense of regality. I like to give it a sense of, you know.
I mean, every good podcast has to have an intro, but that's not what we are. We're tricking the audience right at the start so they think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
The intro kind of sets the intro sets the tone. It sets the expectation of something good, so that way we get them to go mine for those diamonds with full expectation that they will at some point turn back. The question is, how long can we get them to mine for those diamonds before they turn back?
I don't even want to look at their retention stats on any of their podcasts. I feel like it's not worth. It's good enough getting the views.
I tell you, it's a sharp drop off a cliff after the first 30 seconds. So we're already in uncharted territory. No one is watching from here on out, so we could really talk about whatever we want.
You mean anything?
Anything we want. Yes, even that.
Well, get to it, man.
I can't rip the Band-Aid off like that. If we want to talk about that, we can't talk about that. Just, I'm a host. I can't just throw you guys into it. You guys gotta set the tone. You gotta set the pace.
The host is literally the one that.
No, I'm a hands-off host.
The worst host ever.
I take a hands-off approach to hosting. Tell me, wouldn't you like Conan, Jimmy Fallon, all those guys better if they just sat in their chair and they just watched?
Don't ever compare the two of those guys. Come on.
I feel like it would be a good bit if a talk show host just decided they've all right, tonight we have Jack Black, and then they just sit in the chair and they don't say a word. Oh, I wonder what they would do.
I'm sure Jack Black could figure something out.
Jack Black probably could, but I'm talking like a lesser creative.
Lesser?
No shade. But I don't know what the hell. Who can I make the most mad? What celebrity could we say that would make the people the most mad? No, Taylor Swift. Would Taylor Swift be able to sit in silence? How long would Taylor Swift be able to sit in silence?
Oh, she has to be like the guest has to be quiet.
No. Just the host. But the guest is gonna get there. They're gonna sit down. They're gonna be like, that. They're gonna be.
Yeah, right. They'd have to say something.
Be like, "Oh, hi, Conan. How are you?" And Conan's just sitting there, just like staring at him. Conan does that good. Conan does that one face, the disdain face that he does. He's just throwing that at you the whole time. Just kind of like.
It's probably like an Eric Andre bit. They sit down and he just doesn't say anything.
I feel
him not doing anything is almost as scary as him doing something on that show, right?
Because you're scared. You're scared the whole time. You're tense. You're tense that someone's gonna poke you in the butt from the chair. It's so wild to me finding out that those interview segments are like 45 minutes long and they just cut them down to like barely a minute and a half.
Only the good stuff, right?
It's like 45 minutes of just psychological torture.
That's what the editor's going through, psychological torture. And they're cutting all that down.
Yeah. But they get paid to do it, so they can't complain, If you're getting paid to do something, you can't complain about it. I found that.
You really think that's true?
Yeah, that's 100% true.
That's the opinion you hold?
That's the opinion I hold, and you could quote me on that. If you whine and you're getting paid, you're a baby.
What if I... What if you use that as like an excuse not to tip? Like, oh, you're already getting paid. Don't complain.
You're getting... Well, yeah, grow up. Grow up. What do you want me to do? Give you more money? You're already getting paid. That is so funny. It's so funny.
We're making up a guy and he's kind of right?
Huh? We're all looking around like, yeah, I agree, actually. It's always funny. The whole tipping thing.
That's the thing.
It's really, it's very bizarre that people are so up in arms about it on either side. It's really not that big of a deal either way.
Yeah.
I mean, they should just be paid enough, and we shouldn't have to do it. But like, all the same time, I feel like if you're like, I'm gonna fight against tipping by not doing it, you're not hurting anybody but your server.
Yeah.
I'm like, have you never gotten just like good enough service where you're like, oh, like here's an extra $5 just because you did so good. And it doesn't even have to be serving. That could literally be like unanimous with like literally anything. Somebody paints your house, dude. You did a really good job. Here's an extra $20. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that's not a crazy concept. Is if somebody does something better than what you expected or like on par. Oh yeah, here you go. I don't know. Like
Here's a
it's
little
not.
extra.
Yeah, and like you said, it's not crazy the other way around. But I think it is insane for people like if you come in with like 10 people, you're super needy, you're asking for like the littlest things, and then for you to do all that, the server do all that, and you're like, oh yeah, like I don't know,
I mean, but it is your
you don't
job
have
though,
to tip,
so
but
it is your
I
job,
mean,
so you
yeah,
got
it's
to do
like
it.
I would be arguing with two servers here, and also I dislike my job as
Oops.
well. But on some level, it's like you should just do your job well, and you should be paid fairly for it. But it should be your employer paying you, right? So it's like,
no, that's what I say. Like that's why I'm like, I couldn't. That's what I'm like. That's why I'm like, tipping is such a weird thing, but that's when like if you don't look at it tipping as much as you look at it is like I don't know paying somebody for like just the like better service. I don't know.
if you
That's when
don't
like
look
it
at
just
it
depends on how you look.
as tipping and instead look at it as tipping,
But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I use the painting the house as like an example, or like um somebody cleans your car really well and like you I don't know. That's why I'm like if you it's tipping, but I don't know. I just feel like take the monetary value away if you um if somebody helps you out with something, oh, you helped me out with that, so let me make you like something to eat, or like, like just sit like that. It's like if it's like an old lady giving him like a dude like a meal or like something like that. Like you know what I mean? Like it's because you did your job so well. Here's something extra because I just think that you did it so well. That's why I'm like, when we look at it that way, sure, but I don't know. I feel like when you look at it outside of anything else except serving, the conversation is never really there. People would rather tip their fucking valet driver over their server, which makes no sense to me. But uh,
I always say you gotta tip tattoo artists. It's like, okay, $50 deposit, and then like 450 for the actual thing, and I gotta tip you another like 40, 50 on top of that.
It's already. I mean,
I'm not making those numbers up. Those are numbers I actually paid once. Like
it's already done. It's already done. Why do I have to tip you?
it's like I'm paying you
I'm done. I'm tip.
$500.
I'm
Do I really need to tip more?
I'm tattooing and dashing, bro. What are you gonna do? Rip the tattoo off my skin?
The biggest one I had was about $500, and I didn't pay him till after. I really could have just booked it.
yeah,
It was
that's
that
why I'm
big
like,
giant
it just
dragon on your back,
depends.
right?
It just kind of
Yeah,
depends what's going on. So like, if so, like for me, the guy that did mine, he kind of like he was newer to it, and so he was still like an apprentice, and he had already cut me a deal hella for what he like was doing. And so like for me,
Oh, you paid him an exposure.
not just exposure, like I ended up tipping. I didn't pay him like 40, $50, but I like gave him like 20, $25 on top because it was like you're an apprentice and like technically you're like still trying your stuff out on me, but you did a really good job. So here's me giving you money, showing you that like your services are at the level where I feel like you could be charging. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess it's different outside of serving and like it's hard to pull examples towards it, but
That's true.
I could see in both. I could see in both aspects. Like it really is just like situational. But that's why like I think Zach was right when he's saying like it's really not that big of a deal. If you decide that you don't want to tip, like sure, but most times you kind of have to like mentally put yourself there. You know what I mean? Like you came in there knowing that your ass wasn't gonna tip, and that's okay. But
Yeah.
like,
You can't act all surprised where you're like, oh, they wanted me to tip?
yeah,
What the hell? Hey, bro, just click the thing. And the thing is, too, like, what I've found, a lot of places, when they have those things, it's like, oh, they turn the tablet around. That shit's just built into the software. They can't turn it off.
I'm not mad at him, but if they turn a tablet
Yeah.
around, I'm hitting no and paying without shame.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
And that's the thing. I think most people who work at places like that don't actually give a shit if you press no. Because I work at a place that has that now. It doesn't. I don't really give a shit if you don't. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not even really paying attention to you clicking on it. I don't do whatever you please. But like it happened the other day. Some guy came in. He bought like one tiny little thing. I grabbed it for him instantly, and the thing popped up, and I almost wanted to be like, "Oh, you don't have to do that." You know, you just hit 0.
did he tip you?
Yeah, he actually gave us 89 cents. It was the
Yeah.
automated one, so it just gave us like 10. It was like a $10 thing, and it gave us like, or it was like $9, and it gave us like 80 cents. So
Don't spend it
hey,
all in one place.
80 cents. Whoa! Watch out! Here I come.
You know what it is too? You kind of like you kind of tip for service, if that makes sense. Like you could go anywhere and pay anything for anything, but like the level of care in which you're going to get is kind of indicative of like how you're going to take care of, like not take care of it, like I mean essentially, yeah, take care of the person that's helping you out.
Oh,
So
for
like
sure.
you can go to McDonald's, and so you're gonna get McDonald's level of like service. Like imagine you're going to BJ's and the people didn't get tipped. Like okay, maybe they get paid, like it was so now they should get paid well, but like if they don't get paid well, why the fuck would I go above and beyond for somebody that's going to ask me? Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, you're gonna be
I already
rude. You're
don't
gonna be
get
a rude
paid. Yeah,
asshole,
yeah, yeah.
and like I gotta kiss
What
your
the?
ass. No,
And I don't get an extra $20 at the end of it. Yeah, no, I'm good.
fuck you, bro.
I'm gonna give you the worst service possible. So I think like it's like that's also a huge aspect of it. Is like you're kind of like paying for the service. Not that like, you shouldn't get good service in general, but like you get good service at fucking Chick-fil-A.
You
But
get
that's
what
not the same as like
you get what you give.
yeah, that's not the same as like the service you're
Yeah,
gonna get at like
that's a good saying.
anywhere else.
They should have a whole song about that.
Uh, That's my last take.
What's your last take on the tip situation?
Yeah,
Right.
honestly, they should just get paid well,
The
and
scalding
like
hot tipping situation. Well, that's the thing. Everyone
I
says
get paid
that.
well,
Everyone says that, but they don't think about
and
the consequences. If servers were paid livable wages, restaurants would not be open every day of the week.
there you go. There
So
you go.
pick your poison.
I mean, yeah, you like already based off it's how like a lot of it's run is that you go and work as a server, you're not even guaranteed full hours. You go there, and if it's busy enough, you get to stay for 4. Like
Yeah.
you get to stay for that long. If not, they switch
If
you
they're
out with
hourly
somebody else.
paying you good wages, then you bet your ass the second it gets a little slow, you're gone. Get the fuck out. Clock out now.
Yeah, clock out. Clock out.
Clock out now.
But
What are our thoughts on the Artemis?
they've had some
I
funny
think
shit
it
happen
would
to
have
them.
been funny if it imploded.
Oh, okay.
It's cool, but like, I think it would have been cooler if
Now
it
here,
actually went to the moon.
that's what I was
Landed
about
on
to say.
Artemis 3 is landing on the moon, but
I
like,
heard they're already back. I was like, when did they go to the moon? I found out yesterday they did not. They just did a drive by.
yeah, they did like a loop.
Yeah, me too. When my mom said, "Oh, we're watching the Artemis people land back in the ocean," I'm like, I thought them motherfuckers were gonna like live there.
Yeah, the
Like,
way
No,
not
you have to like I watched the video on it, and I was curious, and like they plan to go around it once this year, and then every year going forward they're trying to do like 2 times, like to the point where they're trying to just like I think
make it a regular thing.
I forget what year they're trying to get the base up, but they're trying to get a base up and then yeah, make it a regular thing. You get a certain amount of people on there. And the goal is to build like a nuclear reactor on the moon to power everything because everything is too cold. And so a lot of the stuff that has to be powered up there has to be with like decaying like radioactive stuff. It's really interesting because I never thought that they would like
Well, I mean, that's
try to habitat the moon in that way, but they're like real serious about it.
that's
See
really
if I can
cool.
find a picture.
That's really cool. If
And like
only
if it
those
blows up, it's just on the moon. Who cares?
if only those Artemis guys did that.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
I'm
like
interested to see. That's
I'm
like
al- I'm almost sad they're back.
Yeah, I wanted you guys to be gone longer.
they're back already.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they
got home
landed
today.
before.
That's what we're
Oh
talking
shit!
about.
The re-entry video was really cool.
Well, it proves the flat Earth, though.
I think it does the opposite.
No,
It actually did.
no,
it actually
because
didn't. It didn't disprove it
it didn't disprove it or confirm it.
because you know that one picture of the lady on there like looking out at Earth through the spaceship window. Like, it looks flat to me.
Guy with no eyes.
I don't think it would be easy, but I think I could be convinced. With great effort, I feel like I could be convinced that it's flat.
It's kind of sad.
I think if you really, you were very spirited, you have a good charisma about you, I could probably fall for it, You could probably delude me. No, it is cool though. I think it would be cool if there is a moon base in our lifetimes. That'd be neat. Maybe
Like they're already going back next year, and then in 2028 they're trying to go
Maybe.
back twice.
maybe get crazy a little bit and go and put some like genetically modified gorillas on that shit.
You know what'd be
feeling?
really cool? Yeah, you know what'd be really cool? Like if we take a blobfish, for example,
Put it on
and
the
send
moon.
it as far out as possible. Because it's like a creature of the deepest depths meets the stars. Like that's just
That
so
would be
poetic.
what a,
And then the
a
blobfish like dies on entry.
blobfish dies the second we take it up to the surface, much less put it in the fucking spaceship.
It doesn't die.
That's why-
It turns into a blobfish.
No, that's why we build like a launch pad underwater where the blobfish lives.
Build it at the bottom
Put
of
it
the Mariana
we-
Trench.
And then we put it in the spaceship and then we shoot it up.
That could be cool. I think I'm the NASA CEO and you're the scientist pitching this. I'm just like, yeah, no, that could be cool.
Yeah,
man.
okay.
That could be cool.
There's gonna be a movie like The Martian, but about this. Trying to bring the blobfish home.
That could be cool. That could be cool. It's like 1 billion years pass and the blobfish is out in space and it's just still there. And fucking like aliens encounter it and they're like, oh, this is what Earthlings were.
Yeah.
I don't think
Have you seen-
I don't if they get the moon base to the point where people can just go, would you go? Like if you like went by, let's say they really start kicking ass with it and like by the time we're like 55, you could book a commercial flight to the moon base.
Absolutely.
You would go?
If it is a feasible thing that the quote-unquote average person can do, I'm getting 3 jobs to save the money to do that.
The travel time has to be instantaneous though. I'm not going if teleportation does not exist. I'm not wasting like
How long is it? It's like how long was it to get there? It was like I don't even know. It was
They
a
only
couple
went
days,
out
right?
for a couple days, right?
Yeah.
That's still too long. Imagine a couple day long flight.
You're in space, dog. I don't know what to tell you.
But it's still a plane.
If
And
the
you
prospect
know,
of going to space
like,
doesn't do this for you, you don't deserve to
if
go.
planes for Earth are this cramped, imagine how bad a plane for space would be.
Yeah, this is commercial travel, Trent. This is not a spaceship. I mean, it is
It
a
took
spaceship,
days.
but
It took days to go around it and come back. So it probably takes like 17 hours to get up there. I feel somebody Google it.
You think so?
We got Google.
I'm not
Even
doing a loop. I'm going straight to the moon.
and
It would be
and
quicker than the Artemis flight.
I need instant travel because even light is too slow. Like it takes 8 minutes for the
Instant-
sunlight to travel to
But
hit
that
Earth.
it doesn't take 8 minutes to get to the moon. No, I refuse to be reasonable. I will not go to the moon unless I could be teleported there through wormhole.
And it's not gonna be that bullshit teleportation where they
They like kill
tear you
you
apart.
and then they
They kill
reconstruct
you
you
and
in your
they
exact.
That's
reconstruct
the
me.
that's the
Because
only
another
way to
me,
do it.
another me is not getting to the moon before me. You know what I mean?
That's
I
actually
think
I am so serious.
I need them to explain my trip to the moon by folding a piece of paper in half and shoving a pencil through it. Like it's not.
Yeah. Like I
is
need.
that not
I
the
want to be
whole
the pencil.
thing? So you want to take a wormhole to the moon? Why would they make such a big...
I think we should have a moon elevator.
I take a wormhole for less.
I take a wormhole just cause.
If we invented wormhole travel, I would dead take that shit to Long Beach. I'm like, it's all red on like the 91. Not
Fuck.
dealing with that.
You telling me I gotta fucking get on the 60 to get there? Yeah, I'm cool. I'll take the teleporter.
I'll take the wormhole, and then everyone experiences time and space fold on itself, and then everyone just sees me walking across the sky to get to Long Beach.
You start doing that shit to go to different rooms of your house. Lazy ass fool. Fuck, I don't want to go all the way down to the kitchen to get another snack. We wormhole it. Just wormhole down the fucking stairs. You lazy bastard.
Yeah. And all those kids all those videos of and pictures of kids looking up at the spaceship in awe and wonder, and kids growing up wanting to be astronauts again. I want kids to grow up wanting to be wormhole travelers.
Do you think if we invent wormholes, that's going to create good times, and that will in turn create weak men?
that was more the one of the more like inspiring parts of, if you watch them like explain the NASA mission, is that like they're essentially doing it because it sounds and quite possibly might be impossible to do, but they do it, a lot of this stuff, to inspire the next generation of people, because if they don't do it, like if nobody's making any accomplishments, then like what hope is there? It's super hope, Corey. It's pretty cool.
All that so we could put a parking lot on the moon. If we do ever get to the point where we could like moon is just like mini Earth, that would be cool. Like little buddy.
Dude,
But then you
see
have
it
the
being a really
moonlings.
big research thing.
They'd be moonlings up there. Be like a moon hotel and shit.
You gotta feel like after a couple of generations, there would have to be like a split, right? And like the
Almost definitely.
Earth humans start to think of the moon humans as like other, right?
I feel like ideally the whole thing would
Look
be
at
we get so good at traveling between the two that like
well, we'd have wormholes, so we wouldn't be that different.
We'd have
actually.
wormholes, yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. You know, I forgot. It's me.
I wouldn't even go to the Stater Brothers on the moon because it sucks. I'd go to the Stater Brothers back on Earth. Take the wormhole.
What are first 10 businesses showing up on the moon? They could be food, they could be stores.
There would
What are the first 10 businesses?
definitely there would be like some restaurant chain that would be like, oh, we're gonna be the first, and they'd like make up a whole bunch of food that's like safe to travel in space and shit.
It's definitely gonna be that Applebee's IHOP for some reason.
Yeah.
You know that one picture of like I don't know what do you even call this, but like that strip of just chain restaurants like in the middle of like Ohio or something.
The highway.
Yeah, I need that.
That on the moon.
Yeah.
A Carl's Jr. on the moon, a fucking Whataburger. Well, actually, that. Oh, wait. No, which one would get to go up to the moon? Carl's Jr. or Hardee's?
That's a good question, actually.
No one ever thinks about shit like that. They're all thinking about, oh, how do we, make the Earth moon's atmosphere? How do we make an atmosphere
How do
for the
we grow
moon?
food up here?
No, bro. What Carl's Jr.
No,
or Hardee's?
how do we buy food up here?
how do we get currency up here?
But that's a good question.
It's an Apple store on the moon.
Google says there's more Hardee's locations than Carl's Jr. locations. I don't like that.
Me personally, I think In-N-Out deserves to be on the moon, so therefore I think Carl's Jr. does. As like,
you think Peak belongs on the moon? You think Mid belongs on the moon too?
They can't all be good.
Like what's like a there has to be like a moon themed thing. Oh, I guess Jack in the Box. They have the
Yeah, they're all like late night
meal.
Moon meal.
Yeah, isn't his head a moon?
They call it like a moonchi meal, right?
No, you're thinking of that one McDonald's dude.
No, but like what? Oh no, he's a Jack in the Box. That's what he is.
Yeah, Jack in the Box.
Well, he's the Jack.
Jack in the Box
right?
is the Jack who resides in the box. I don't think he could make it to the moon, even though his head is already shaped like a space helmet. I feel like there'd be a big thing where it's like, oh, what would be the first, designer clothing up in space? I feel like that would be a big thing. How can we bring? We're just talking about how can we bring capitalism to the moon?
I'm just saying it's
How do we
going to
ruin
happen. So I'm just trying to like preemptively figure out what I should invest into prior. This is an investment conversation. If you really think about it.
That's true, actually.
Trying to figure out how to get our money.
I mean,
up
Apple stock probably already has gone up because they all had fucking iPhones on the thing.
Nutella's probably going crazy.
Nutella, fucking Apple. Microsoft is probably down because Microsoft Outlook wouldn't run for the life of it.
No, that was one of the funny things that happened. Outlook was down. Their fucking the bathroom vent got like frozen over or some shit, and the whole thing smelled like piss.
How many bathrooms do you think they put on that rocket? Just the one?
I thought it was just the
Yeah,
one.
have
It
you
just smelled
seen it?
bad or something. Well, it's
That's
because
what I'm
you
saying,
can't.
'cause
Well,
it
it's because you
froze
can't have
over.
water. Oh, can you have water
Yeah.
in them now? I thought the whole thing was that it was just like a vacuum and it basically just sucks the poop out you.
No, yeah, exactly. But I'm saying like the vent that was outside of the ship froze over, so like none of it could go out.
Oh shit!
That's rough.
Literally. Do you think anyone ever tried? You think any of the astronauts? What do you do like if you have to like like on the thing? Do you think anyone's done it up there?
Just gotta go.
No, not that. Like you know what I mean. Like
I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Like I remember a stupid ass headline from years ago where they were like Pornhub wants to try that. Like it was like a marketing thing for them.
They want to do like
they want to send
They
two
were
people
trying
up
to do
into space
to
go film something.
I feel like that would.
They have that
boring.
that rocket they shot Apollo 13 with, right? I'm sure they could just do that.
No, but they want like the zero gravity.
Yeah.
They want it to be all
natural. I haven't seen it.
You're telling me when they got stuck up on the space station for that long and they couldn't get down. You know what I mean?
You didn't crank it out once? No way. Lies.
Man, all the humming and machines running.
Just past the time.
But then also, where do you put it? Because it's gonna be floating around.
Put it out in space.
Do it in the airlock? What?
Yeah. I mean, you put it in the toilet and the toilet's gonna shoot it out.
Dude, my dumb ass would be like, can I open a window? And then I open the airlock, and then we all shoot out and die.
Oh god, yeah, that would be hard. The temptation to do some funny shit like that.
Yeah.
Just like fuck with shit on purpose. That's the one Family Guy bit. They're on the space shuttle. Like, what does this button do? And it shoots Meg out into space. Oh no. That would there's so many good bits. They only send serious ass people up there. They need to send a real jokester. Think of all the bits you could do in space.
That's the problem.
You know what? You know what propaganda really was? Well, I won't call it propaganda. It was just stupid. But you know what did slightly work on me for a second? Where there were like people on TikTok were like doing a joke like, "Oh, this is where the Fantastic Four starts." You know, like four people sent up into space and they get powers. And then I'm like, haha, that's a funny coincidence. And then I read more comments and they're like, yeah, we are in a world without superheroes. And one guy was like, the Fantastic Four were the first superheroes like on Earth. I'm like,
Wait, yeah,
wait, that's a
true.
good point. Maybe this is the start.
It's funny that like we would have the same superheroes as the Marvel universe.
We just think like Stan Lee was like just 80 years too early, right? I think it's 60 years too early.
He had a clairvoyant reading of the future.
Yeah, and one of the guys' name is Reed.
No way.
And the other guy, he's a
His name is
good-looking
Ben.
fella. He's a good-looking fella. It'd be a shame if something happened to him.
And that hot head.
If they sent a brother and sister up, then I would start to be like, okay,
They're doing it on purpose.
We're doing it on purpose, you know. you Artemis goers, you need to be a little more coy. The Watcher was looking all that shit go down like, oh yeah. Do you think we have a Watcher? He's probably bored.
Do you think the Watcher would listen to the entire podcast?
I mean, they're immortal, right?
Possible.
They do everything ever. They will eventually do everything ever, so that means they will eventually listen to our podcast. It's just how immortality works.
What one? You know how the Watcher, like when you're watching the Marvel shows, like he shows up in the background when a significant event happens somewhere.
Yeah.
What event in your life would he have shown up for?
It would be when I went to get a burrito after work one day.
I genuinely think the Watcher was there watching us watch Eric Andre at Jared's house.
You think so? I'd agree with that.
He was there.
What if he just peeks in on like the worst time, like the most boring thing? Like it's like, oh, the Watcher peeked in on me sleeping in on my day off. That was the one time he happened to look. It's like when a recruiter goes to your high school football game.
Who knows? Maybe the Watcher was here looking over my shoulder when hearing me talk about wormholes.
Do you think he chuckled?
Yeah, and he was like, "You have no idea."
Well, the Watcher
They're
would,
like, you have
the
so
Watchers,
much.
they would be the type of people to like quip to themselves, even though no one can hear them. Be like, huh.
For Gabe, wormholes were but a mere idea. But for his children and his grandchildren, they were Tuesday. Chills, full body chills.
In the sense that I'm afraid of our future for our children. Yeah, I don't think. I just don't think they're gonna have it as good as us. You know what I mean?
No, they won't.
Instead of having a 5 with no games, they're gonna have a 7 with no games. It's gonna be boring.
And they still won't be playing GTA 6.
No one will ever play that game.
You guys don't want your $500?
Oh.
For the record, Ringwormians are what should we call our fans?
I thought we called them the Wormies. Or no, we're the Wormies.
We're the Wormies. What are they? They're the early birds.
For the record, early birds.
All right, my loyal early birds. For those not in the know, our good buddy Sean, he's quite a fan of GTA, and we're quite a fan of rage baiting him. And we rage baited him into saying that if GTA comes out this year, and if what is it, if it's not a 10 out of 10 or something.
No, he says if it's not the best game of all time, which is so
Yeah, he's
vague as
cooked.
to, by definition, it will have to be wrong.
Tell him to bring me my $500.
Yeah,
Basically, he agreed. He agreed in writing, and we're gonna hold him to it. We're gonna make him give us $500 when that game comes out.
So what do we call our haters?
Our haters,
The
Like
late birds.
the late birds,
the late birds,
the late bloomers.
yeah, the late bloomers. We have our early birds and we have our late bloomers.
We're setting ourselves
my
up
early
for failure
birds.
by creating a dedicated name for our haters.
Yeah, a dedicated name for them to unionize under, for them to collaborate under. They'll be our downfall eventually.
How are you
I
gonna
don't-
feel like in 5 years the channel gets popular, and then there's like a late bloomers like subreddit where they're
And
plotting?
it has more members than the early bird.
all the posts are just like, so did anyone find that today's podcast not fucking funny at all? They just talked about nothing for fucking 37 minutes and 57 seconds.
And then the top upvoted comment is water wet.
This is a post on early birds, man. Imagine what they're saying on
this,
the
is a post on early birds. It's not even the late bloomers.
I think that's even funnier that the subreddit to discuss our content would not be called the Ringwormies. It would be called the early birds. We're making them jump through hoops. No wonder we have a dedicated hate group.
I'd hate us too.
I hate us now. All the things we've done. We can't wash away all the horrible things we've done.
You know what? This is no longer the Ringworm podcast. This is the early. Welcome to the Early Bird podcast episode 1.
early bird special.
This is the. Welcome back to the Early Bird special. What do we got on the menu today? Oh, worms again. Son of a bitch. I guess that could work. This is the Early Bird podcast featuring the worms. The worms are the content for the early birds.
It could be like the Ringworm podcast, and then our Patreon exclusive would be the early bird special because it's just for them.
The Early Bird special is the first like 5 minutes of just dead silence before we actually start. You have to pay for it.
Here. This is how our Patreon tiers will go. We'll have the bottom tier. That's like $1 a month. That'll be the early birds. Like that's just our fans. And then the next tier, we'll have the earworms. Those are the people who just love having us in their ear.
And how much would that tier be?
That's gonna be $5 a month, and they're not gonna get any more exclusive content that the early birds get.
And then
we're gonna
the
have a
$100 tier.
And then the $100 tier.
Nothing between.
That's the bookworms.
That's the bookworms. That's people who want to study to be like us. And then we're gonna have a really bottom tier where it costs negative $5 a month. So we pay people. That's for the late bloomers.
We pay our haters.
We're paying
our haters to fucking hate on us.
Why are we naming and paying our haters?
We pay our haters to get to have access to our Patreon.
It's because we welcome conflict.
We welcome criticism and conflict, and that's how we grow stronger.
It keeps us humble. And
All
you
the
wanna
hate
know
is
why?
motivation until I earn
It's just,
to make the good videos.
Guys, I've been an early bird for years, but I just can't take it anymore. I think I'm gonna be a late bloomer. I'm gonna start getting paid $5 a month.
I love the Ringwormies. I'm a dedicated earworm for life, but I love getting paid $5 a month.
Don't tell anyone, but I'm actually an early bird. I just want the $5.
It's like everybody would be doing this
fool.
because you can just get a free $5 by signing up.
But the free exposure that we'd get.
The fucking late bloomer tier, they get the most benefits too. We make like extra content for them. We do all this shit. The fucking early birds get nothing.
Because we just need to prove ourselves to the late bloomers. Because we know in our hearts we can change their minds to become early birds.
We're not focused on keeping our early birds. We're focused on converting our late bloomers.
Yeah.
We're trying to be like, hey, how about you give us that $5 back, 1 month at a time.
We'll win you over eventually. You're like, I don't think so.
See, there's building interest and a fan base, and then there's building loyalty. That's how we get it.
Keep your friends close.
People
and
are
your enemies
loyal to
closer.
us because we pay them.
Mm-hmm. What Zach said.
We have to keep our enemies closer. We have to keep our haters closer than our fans. we always listen to the haters. The early bird fans have been asking for the next part of God of Worm for fucking years. We do not care.
Late bloomers would prefer we never upload again. Wish granted.
That's what we'll do.
We're just gaining their goodwill.
Genuinely, you have to sway the hearts and minds of the people by meeting them at their level.
Was Caesar stabbed by his enemies?
Yeah, that's a good ass point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was though. It's kind of like he had like 1 or 2 friends, but like
No, dude.
No, they were people he considered his friends.
Exactly. And that's why we can't have any fans.
And you know the worst part about betrayal? It never comes from an enemy.
Yeah, we're gonna take a page out of Doug Walker's book. We're only gonna go to Comic-Cons in the flyover states. We're only gonna go to like fucking Oklahoma City Comic-Con. Boise, Idaho Comic-Con.
we're trying to go to the Wichita, Kansas Comic-Con.
Wichita, yeah. We're going to the Bullfrog County Comic-Con. we've talked about this before, not on the podcast, so I don't know why I even brought it up, but we've talked about how if we all became millionaires, we would just select a county to take over.
Yeah, it was gonna be Barstow.
It would be. I think Barstow would be funny. It also would be equally funny if we picked one of like the random ass like, just total population per square mile is like 10 people. You know, like one of those. Like out
So we'd have to
fucking
build a bunch of stuff there.
out in Wisconsin or something. Just all right. Yeah, Barstow. There's already some stuff there. I feel like. I mean, is that just gentrification? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, we're just essentially buying
But
empty land.
We'd make it
Put
better
stuff
though.
That's probably what the gentrification people think.
No, we're not gentrifying. We're making it better.
We're making it better by charging for a $15 taco. Like,
Yeah. We'd make one of those restaurants where they serve you your burger on like a foil or not, on like a metal sheet tray
with like a newspaper under it.
Yeah, and your fries come in a stupid.
Your truffle fries.
Yeah, your goofy truffle fries with your text message notification sounds.
I saw that
the truffle
I saw that Vegas is building like this big hotel that's like a guitar
Yeah, it's
or
Hard Rock.
something. We need to bring more of those back. I feel like Vegas is losing the tackiness that defined it.
Yeah, we need more bullshit, please. More
Because
like
I don't like the nice buildings like what like Excalibur defines Vegas more than the Bellagio ever. You know what I mean? Is that a
I
hot
think
take?
I think that the luxury should be there, but it should always be out of reach.
Yeah. Well, I had to process that really quick. I'm like, do I agree with this? I'm like,
I don't know if I do, but I mean, it kind of makes sense. Supply and demand, the number one
no,
principle.
the yeah, like there should be some luxurious buildings, but things like the guitar I don't know. I prefer a tacky Vegas, not just like a fancy hotel.
You want the
Like
old neon
fucking
signs.
yeah, I want neon signs, things that like if I'm ever
I want it to
like
look
drunk over
like
there or
Radiator
something,
Springs.
it's disorienting. It makes me not want to leave.
And then
Yeah,
like
that's the point of Vegas. They don't want you to leave.
I know. So if they don't want me to leave, then make more funny buildings.
make more stupid shit. Or what we were talking about when we were actually in Vegas. Excalibur could theme it a lot better. You could pay $20 a night for a room where you live with a gnome. Like you you get there, you check into your room, and there's a little guy like sleeping in your bed, and he won't leave.
But
Or
it is cheaper.
or Excalibur could pay you to have the gnome in there.
They pay you to have the gnome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
you're
like
basically getting a free room.
kind of
But there's
following
no.
the early bird, late bloomer system.
We're thinking about this from an early bird perspective. We need to start thinking about it like a late bloomer.
How do we make Vegas worse?
Like you get a better room at Excalibur, and you get to sleep with like knights guarding your door.
I
They
recently
didn't even theme it at all. Like when we went and stayed at Excalibur, whatever time that was, I think the only like medieval decoration in the room was maybe a picture of a shield, like framed on the wall.
yeah,
There was
the,
nothing.
the
Well,
theming fucking sucks on
It
the
was just
inside.
regular hotel room.
Yeah, you should. They should have real swords on like the walls. You should be able to take them down
Yeah.
and like kill with them.
They
At minimum, the lamps should be shaped like horses.
I went down a
It
rabbit
shouldn't
hole
even
on
be lamps; it'd be
TikTok.
lanterns.
It should be
I went,
torches.
I
Burning
went
fire.
down a I went down a rabbit hole on TikTok about Vegas like lore and creepy pasta kinda.
Dark
Where
truth behind Vegas.
about the Excalibur, did you guys know there's like an animatronic dragon they used to have?
Yeah.
But it's like rotting and it's
It's
scary.
like in
And
disrepair, I
it's
But
analog
but
horror.
but here's the thing, people still think it's like hidden in the Excalibur somewhere. Like there's like this little moat. I don't remember where it is, but there's like this little moat place where they used to do that show. Like the animatronic dragon would come out and then they'd slay it or something like that. But they don't do that anymore. So the animatronic dragon is still there,
I
and
think.
people were like, what do you think, guys? Should we try to sneak in there and see if it's still there?
Oh my god, guys! Should we go see if this big hunk of metal carcass is still here? Guys, leave a comment down below. Unless you're a late bloomer, then don't.
Or do.
Or do.
I invite you.
Do whatever you please, actually. I think they should have, in the middle of Excalibur, there should be a sword in the stone, and if you could pull it out, you get to own the casino.
Maybe not own the casino, but give me a free room.
Or, like, you get to kill someone indiscriminately.
Or I get the jackpot.
No, that's too much to ask.
And that's basically what a slot machine is.
Can you pull
Like,
Excalibur
trying
out
to
of the...
pull the sword. But can you pull the lever to win? Can you pull the sword to?
Can you pull the jackpot out of the machine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
And
in a
only
way.
someone who is worthy.
Yeah, you're the chosen one. I never thought about it like that. Let's go to the casino.
Yeah, that's what it should be. And for all the slot machines, instead of like the handles, the levers, they should be shaped like swords.
They should have skill-based slot machines.
I think I do think they should split up Vegas casino gambling floors based on elo.
Elo gambling.
Like-
don't they do already?
If you're horribly down, you should be put in one part of the casino. And then if you're incredibly up, you should be grouped with like-minded people.
I was gonna say, don't they already do that? You have the high rollers and then
Well, no, that's just people who want to spend more. But I'm saying, like, if you have one more, you should be put
if
in
you
a
win more, you should.
section.
But you go up against harder slot machines.
Yeah, it's like- yeah.
I'm
And
not
then
going to the Vegas skill-based matchmaking, bro. I'm sorry.
Skill-based, but
And then every first of the month,
We're-
your elo resets, and you have to do placement gambling.
is that what we're gonna call this? We're gonna call this skill-based gambling. Is that the name?
Yeah, and you have to do placement matches. So like it could be as simple. It doesn't have to be like blackjack either or whatever. But it could just be as simple as like pulling the fucking slot machine lever, and then see if you win or not. If you win anything, your elo goes up. But if you just lose, then you're
plummets.
going down. Yeah.
It just plummets you down to the floor.
If you lose 10 spins, we're sending you straight to the back. Like, it's not.
If you lose 10
Yeah.
spins, a bouncer kills you.
Yeah.
This is a cool world.
So what, like, let's take everything we've talked about so far and put it into one, like, world.
It's
So we've got
conglomerated.
wormholes. We've got
So
wormholes.
you take a wormhole to the Moon Casino to do your placement matches, and a guy comes up to you and gives you a drink and you don't tip him.
And you're subscribed to a Patreon where they pay you
They pay
money.
Yeah, the money
to
you're
have
using
it.
to gamble is from your Patreon money, but it's for you subscribing to someone.
Would
So
you
that-
live in this world?
And if you did live in this world, would you be a late bloomer or an early bird?
Oh, you gotta be a late bloomer, man. I don't know why anyone would ever
There's
be an
no
early bird.
downside to being.
There's
a
no
late-
incentive to being an early bird.
We
We're
haven't
fucked
given
up.
people but this is how we, like I was saying, this is how we build loyalty
It's
through the
funny.
late bloomer system.
This world that we've created, the lowest rung of society, is the most desirable. You want to be a gambler contrarian. If you're honest and you're kind and you like things and you just pretend you actually like care about things, then you are trash.
if you are a douchebag, you are rewarded.
If you're a piece of shit gambling addict contrarian, then you get to be living a good life.
You know what? It was $1 and $5. It takes 5 early birds to counteract 1 late bloomer. Never gonna happen, man.
For every 5 early birds, 1 late bloomer is more powerful. This is the absolute Ringworm universe. This is horrible. Everything's flipped on its head. Everything's horrible. It's all
I don't
bad.
know.
It's rotten all the way to the core.
It's-
This is the
Yeah.
This is a hellscape universe. You go to the moon to gamble. Also, it would be funny if we have wormholes and there still is a parking lot on the moon.
I bet there probably something like you drive your car through wormholes.
You could drive your. That's so fucking pointless.
Well, it's like when you get to the new place, you still got to get around, and don't say wormholes.
But if you have wormholes, why don't you just use them all the time?
I
for
just
everything?
said don't say wormholes.
Neil deGrasse Tyson would have shot you by now. He's a late bloomer. That dude is a late
He-
bloomer.
He
Actually,
is
it
a
makes more
late
sense to be a
bloomer.
late bloomer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
by
don't
the way,
know what he's
and
talking
by
about.
the way, it's mathematically impossible for Santa to deliver my Xbox 360. Shut
Here,
up, bro.
this is dead ass how it would go if we asked him that question. So, Neil, would like, would you rather early bird or late bloomer? Well, you see, the concept of that question in itself is a paradox.
Make America
Because
great again.
if you are an early bird in the grand scheme of the cosmos, are we not all late bloomers?
That being said, I do fully endorse President Trump. Wait, no one asked you that, Neil. I know. I just wanted to throw that in. He's so corny,
Make
bro.
science great again.
He's a
Like, what?
cornball. He's a cornball supreme. We get it, bro. You you put your science mystery up every year, and you fucking ask Darwin. You leave out cookies and milk, and equations for Darwin.
And you come downstairs hoping that some presents evolved under your tree.
And you, egad, the equations, they've been solved. fuck science people, bro. This is why you need to be a late bloomer. If being a late bloomer, I don't care about any of that science bullshit. I just want to gamble and fucking rank up. It does suck that he's a very popular scientist because there's a lot of cool scientists. But everyone, when you say scientist, you think of his goofy ass.
Name one other cool scientist.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Rest in peace.
Is he a Trump supporter?
Is he? Oh, come on! Don't do this to me. Is Billiam
No,
Nye?
who's it?
Is William Nigel?
Hold on, I gotta search this up.
That can't
I
be
am
true.
blanking. I am blanking on famous scientists that
Hey.
like are from our
Generation.
like modern age. Yeah.
The next one
Galileo.
was Marie Curie.
No, she's
What?
old.
She only died like what? Probably
like 5 years
40
ago.
years ago? 60 years
died,
ago?
I think she died like
Honestly-
last week.
Honestly, it would have been
Does that Hank Green guy
I mean-
count? He's smart.
No.
no.
But he told
it
me that
would
I
have
can get
been-
nutrients from eggs.
He writes
It
books.
It would have been Stephen Hawking had it not been for external factors.
He,
Had it not been for redacted.
that's why
Yeah.
no one showed up to his time traveler party.
Who they all knew.
You know what? Let's do that right now. Let's make a pact. If any of us invent time travel, let's appear in someone's room now so they can speak up for the podcast.
Whose room? Who gets it?
So whoever.
What the Zach? What are you doing here? You just hear a gun.
A concise, horrible gunshot.
I'm here to stop the invention of the late bloomer system.
You've crippled society brutally.
Well, he's already too late. I've already told
We
you
already
guys.
did, yeah. If you're listening to this, then that means you failed. That
You're
means my
stupid,
future self
Zach.
failed. He's a stupid idiot. Probably thought he was
You-
some fucking early bird.
You undershot it. Ironically, you were late.
How do you fucking late with time travel? How do you just do it again? It's so stupid to me. If time travel did exist, it would already be we've already fucked up. That's the thing with time travel. It's always if we invented it, we would have already known. You know.
Hmm.
So
Well, who's to say they would travel back to now?
yeah,
I mean,
nothing's.
they can make an agreement to like we don't go before.
We only go forward. We don't go back.
But then
'Cause
what's the point, really?
it was fun.
You still fuck stuff up that way because now
Nuh-uh.
now you know stuff from the future that informs your choices.
Yeah, and then that timeline gets erased. It doesn't matter. Who cares? I don't. I'm a late bloomer.
I'm getting $5 a month.
I would get my $5 allowance. You subscribe to like 50 Patreons and you start raking it in.
Well, it's like, what's stopping people, like an infinite amount of people, signing up to be late bloomers?
The honor system.
Again,
They
the
have to
goal,
really hate us first.
the goal, the goal is to earn their trust.
Yeah, the idea is that for every late bloomer we get, we convert them.
Cause think about it, like if we were a casino, and our audience were like gamblers, and we give them money, they would keep coming back, no?
Well, but they would keep coming back because we're giving them money.
Yeah, I mean, would
But
they
then-
even bother to acknowledge? They
But
just
then,
know
but
they're
then they
getting
go and they
acknowledged.
funnel it into the casino, is what you're saying?
They funnel it back into the casino, and then and then they, through word of mouth, they're like, hey, fucking ringworm casino over there is giving free money, so we get good word of mouth that we're giving free money, and then more people come, and eventually through just like an established loyalty, they'll sign up for an early bird tier. They're like, yeah,
There's
we
no-
like all the things
They
you can
give up
offer.
getting $5.
There's
pay
literally
us $1.
no reason to sign up for early bird. You only lose by signing up for early bird.
It's like not only do you lose the dollar you're paying us, you lose out the $5 we're paying you. You're down $6.
It's just not.
This is the worst Patreon of all time.
But it would get people talking, and that's what we want.
Now, what we should do now is get the Patreon back up and running. So when the audience, every single one, our entire audience that's still listening to us, they're going to go check the description, see the Patreon to check. And then when they get there and they don't see it, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm already here. I might as well join."
You know what? Fuck it, and they'll start sending Khalid more money,
Yeah,
and then Khalid won't tell us.
and the Khalid will like put it towards somewhere else.
Buy a steak dinner.
Yeah.
The nefarious Patreon money incident. But I don't think a late bloomer would have the incentive to want to go to the moon.
They're lazy. They just want handouts.
Yeah, they
of
want.
$5.
They don't. I'm not. I want me to go all the way to the moon, even if it's a wormhole. You take a wormhole to get through the
I
wormhole.
forgot it was wormholes. I thought they had to fly.
It's a Herculean effort to fucking go through the wormhole.
If using a wormhole took a day off of someone random in the world's life, would you still keep using it?
Absolutely. I'd use it all the
You're
time.
Is
playing
it
a
different
numbers
for random
game.
every time?
I would
It's-
start just using it more on principle. I think, you know.
It's completely random. And it could end horribly. Like there could be a newborn, like a newborn that just got born. And then yeah.
Is that actually
Let's
what we're
just
doing?
Playing like a
say you
numbers
use the
game.
wormhole.
Why would that affect the newborn? It would only affect old people. Why would taking a day off of a newborn's life kill it?
Because it's a newborn baby and you're taking the one day it's had.
So are you saying it's reversing? It's reversing your aging by a day, or it's speeding your aging up by a day?
No, like
Or-
okay,
or is
so
it a
It's
bell
like
curve?
it's like Shrek 4 rules.
Yeah.
no, wait.
What are
Shrek
you
4?
saying? It's like Shrek 4 rules where I take the day you were born.
Yes.
Okay, it's like that. Okay.
Except it's not with the contracts and Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
It's with wormholes.
Okay, what if it's the same concept, but when you step through the wormhole, you get selected like 3 choices, and you get to choose which person loses the day.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
I think that would make it a little more fair. I could just but like like it's like the same. It's the same 3 people.
But why does like losing a day matter if it's like this? Takes a random day from a random person.
Take enough days away, and what are you left with?
It's just
Okay,
'cause-
but if your 7th birthday didn't happen, would you notice if you woke up tomorrow?
Yeah, but what if the day that you met, what if that what took away?
Okay, no, wait, hold on, backtrack. it works like Shrek 4, but it's not taking away a specific day. Like if you are set to live 84 years, 5 months, and 2 days, using the wormhole means that that person will now live for 84 years, 5 months, and 1 day.
But so
That's
then
it.
it
Why
is.
does
So
then
then
why does it matter if it happens to a newborn?
yeah. So then it's not
Because-
Shrek 4 rules.
Because the newborn is only a day old. You're
At
taking
that
away.
point, no. At that point, just say, "Oh,
But
it's
if
a
it's
grievous." But
going to live for
it's-
80 years in a day,
yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. If I'm taking it off,
Just kill.
if I'm
Just kill
taking,
a newborn. Just kill. A
and to just say that it's a grievously ill newborn or something. You don't have to make up like. If you're taking it off the top, it doesn't matter if it's a baby. It only matters if it's an old person. If you're taking it from the bottom, then it matters if it's a baby.
this guy can't keep his own hypothetical straight. Man.
I
just
just wanted a
You
situation
just wanted to kill a
where
baby.
the newborn would be in peril because of these
you just
wormholes.
wanted the potential of a newborn dying.
I just
He's
wanted
trying
that
to get
on your.
wormhole abortions going, man. It's horrible.
I just wanted that on your conscience.
I don't care. I'm gonna take a wormhole. But by the time we have wormholes, the population is gonna be like 50 billion. It's fine.
No one's gonna notice.
No one will care, bro.
But once all 50 billion are using wormholes, you go pretty quick.
Yeah, you get a really unlucky streak.
I bet there'd be people out there doing it like in Portal when you put one on the ceiling, one on the floor, and you just keep going.
Just falling through it nonstop. Terrorism. That's some shit an early bird would do.
In early bird?
Yeah. I'll make excuses for late bloomers, but I'll villainize early birds.
We have yet to say a positive thing about early bird.
We are not giving anybody a reason to be an early bird.
Well, no, you have to you have to pay us money. That's a positive.
Instead of getting $5.
Yes. I don't. You get to. Well, and then we live stream our monthly dinner. We go to a monthly dinner, and we'll live stream that for them. That'll be their one bonus. But also the late bloomers can watch too.
I love this world.
Beautiful world. Happy world. Safe world. I feel like crime would get wiped out pretty fast because why do crime when you could just, fucking go
Get $5 a month.
Yeah, just sub to 70 million Patreons and then boom, you're a quadratic millionaire.
There's more than just us doing this?
Okay, if it's just us doing it, then it's even funnier.
Why would there be so many podcasts paying people?
It's like some dude makes like 70 emails to get all that money, and we're like, wait a minute, it's the same dude, you little trickster. Here's your money anyway. It's a very late bloomer of you. Keep us on.
But I'm like, nah, we'll get him eventually. Like, I promise we'll earn his goodwill.
Well, for one of the 70 accounts, the other 69 forever will just drain our money away.
Let him go. We'll never catch him. Not in this podcast.
That one account that we flip, we're begging him for advance payments so we could pay the rest of we're constantly begging our early birds for extra donations so we can fucking pay the late bloomers. It's just, hey early birds, I know we didn't upload any exclusive content this month, but can we please get some advances? We don't have enough money to pay the late bloomers.
Early birds, you don't understand. We need to pay our haters.
We need to pay them now. Please help. We have to sell the channel because we're millions of dollars in debt from all the late boomers.
Why would anyone buy something where they have to pay millions of people $5?
Look, we fucked up.
We're screwed, man.
We fucked up. Okay, we fucked up. Now we gotta wear these concrete shoes, but it's okay. It's okay. We flipped a couple fucking late bloomers.
It just it'll just depend on how we word it though. I went to the Best Buy near us recently to pick up something, and I saw on a whiteboard. So for context, like there's like Best Buy memberships. One's $50 a year and like $180 a year, and the $180 a year one gets you like a 2-year warranty on anything you buy. And to advertise the $180 a year one, instead of saying it's $180 a year, they phrase it like, for only 42 cents a day, you can protect your items with a 2-year warranty. And I'm like, that's a pretty good way of putting that. Because no one will care if you drop 42 cents a day. They care if you tell them, oh, that's $180 a year. I don't want to pay that. So putting it like that, we can convince early birds to stay on our system by being like,
and it's still just $1. How many for $1? How much do you pay a day over the course of a year for $1? for just 0.000001 cents a day, you can help us pay. You can help us pay the late bloomers
for around like 0.003 cents, whatever the fuck that is. You can help us
nothing. It's nothing. It's literally nothing a day.
You can help us pay our debts to the late bloomers.
Oh, we fucked up bad. We fucked up bad. 1 month of the fucking Patreon is going to cripple us. We're fucked for life, dude. We're fucked. we make headlines most subscribed Patreon of all time. And it's because we're giving the money away.
Really, since we're paying the $5, people aren't subscribing to us. We're subscribing to them.
I guess that is true. Where's our exclusive content?
Egg theory.
The egg theory. What came first, the subscription or the $5 in my bank account?
Oh my god, fuck this.
The subscription.
I think we've made a good world. I think we've made a just world. I think we could govern. And
it would be a world.
And all of this to pay for the Barstow redevelopment plan.
Yeah, how did we get to the late bloomer system again? Like what?
I don't remember. It's lost to the cast.
I can't wait to see how that develops, because like we were talking about Artemis at one point, and now we're on this like
now we're on this horrible
now we're e-begging to pay our haters.
We've created this horrible, horrible world.
This horrible, just world.
I guess that just shows how Earth-minded we always will be. We're faced with the possibility of moon travel and moon living, and then we're like the late bloomer system.
Your son just gets a full ride. No, he gets not a full ride, but he gets accepted to a prestigious school. You told him that you're gonna pay for it, and he decides to go on Google Gemini.
He what?
He goes on Google Gemini. He goes and he has his session with Google Gemini, and he gets all your accounts.
No.
He's like, no, that was the account I was subscribed to the Ringwormies on. How are we gonna get our $5 now?
You're locked out of your account and you can't do your business. Would you still pay for your son's tuition to go to school?
If he got accepted to a prestigious university, old enough to know what a stupid fucking decision that was. So yeah, I'm taking his college fund.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that back. I gotta give it to the Ringwormies. They gotta pay those late bloomers. That kid is so fucking smart, low key. He exposed a critical flaw in Google's security.
He did.
He's a hero.
They didn't think of that.
He's a hero. I think they did specifically think about it. That's why they got banned.
That's what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
They thought about it too hard.
We're being vague about it because we can't really talk about it on here because it's kind of gross. But if you're in the know, you should know.
Yeah. Just go ahead and look up.
no, actually don't do that.
Go ahead and look up.
Yeah, go ahead and look up. No.
I mean, why couldn't we talk about it? We're not getting monetized anyway.
There was a little goofball. It was a fake story, unfortunately, and it saddens my heart to say that because it is really funny. But there was a fake story about a little kid who gooned with Google Gemini, and Google Gemini recognized that it was a little well, not a little kid. He was like 14, so a stupid kid, and he banned all the guy was like, I banned all my Google accounts, and now I don't have access to my files for my business, and I can't pay my mortgage. It's like, you're a fucking moron. But also, your son is hilarious. Your son was so entranced by Google Gemini that he felt compelled to have a moment of passion with him, and it all came crumbling down around him. He showed signs of early bird from the start, I think.
We've all been there before.
We've all had that moment where we're, you just got to do what you got to do.
Your downstairs neighbor knocks on your door. They tell you every time they hear your toilet flush, their bathtub becomes filled with whatever you flush. You call your landlord tells you it's going to take 2 months to fix. Are you going to, you have another restroom in your house. Are you going to stop using that restroom that's flooding?
If I have another restroom, then I guess I could probably consider it. But if I only had the one restroom, I'm not. That's the guy below me's problem to deal with the landlord. That's not my problem.
You're a single person, but downstairs is a single mom with 2 kids. She needs that.
That doesn't change anything. It could be anyone down there. It could be like a hospice care It could be Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't care. It's not my problem to deal with. It's quite literally not my problem. It's the landlord's problem.
Yeah, you flush it and then you forget about it. Like, it's not your problem at all.
Like, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? You want me to move out of my apartment? Your apartment's the one with the problem.
Your downstairs neighbor is the couple from Shape of Water. And so, like, the husband lives in the
husband gets covered. The husband's getting covered in the poo-poo water.
It's going straight into his tank.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Oh, and is it like gnarly?
It sucks for him, but like, I'm still doing it.
Would you say that it's also a period of my life where I have like my IBS is flared up?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have another restroom, but like you're in your living room, and like to get to the other restroom, it's like an inconvenience.
Do I have access to the wormhole?
No.
Oh. No, I mean,
Even
if I have
no
another
wormhole, but you have crippling IBS.
I mean, well, obviously there'd be emergencies, and there's not much you could do about that. So every now and then, a little poo-poo got to come down out the bathtub. I had a crazy ass dream last night, like a crazy dream. Fucking, I don't even. I'm trying to think of like the lead up because I remember the main big thing that happens. I just don't remember the lead up to it. I was in a car. It was me, my girlfriend, and I don't even remember who else was in the car with us. But it was like 4 people in the car. We're driving and we like get off of the freeway, and we park in like a parking lot, like right next to the freeway. And a cop drives up to us, and the cop says to me, so they're shooting over there, so you guys need to go take cover. And then they leave, and then a car drives up off the off ramp and just starts unloading their gun into the car. Like it kills everyone in the car except me. And I'm just like, what the
God.
fuck? It was horrifying. It was a horrifying dream, and then I woke up.
Bro, it was in the
That's
John Wick
terrible.
movie.
There was no moral to
No, exactly. It was like Hell
that
World.
that was just a random
Yeah,
act of
no,
violence.
it was genuinely just Hell World. There was no reasoning for why the car was shooting the guns. There was no reasoning for why we were there. The cop didn't help, obviously. They just drove up. They were just shooting indiscriminately.
I'd like to see a psychiatrist break down the meaning,
It's just-
the real life emotions of that. Like what fucking life experiences or trauma are you experiencing that reflect
No,
in that dream?
I think I took. It might have been when I took a sleep aid. It might have been that. Or no, I had taken an Excedrin that day. I heard Excedrin gives you crazy ass dreams. But it was like way earlier in the day, so I don't know how it's still in my system. That is funny that
If
medication
you,
just shit can affect your dreams like that. Like, oh yeah, if you want to not have a headache during the day, you have to have your family gets gunned to death dream. I feel like that's a fair trade off though. Like if I had to guarantee if you could guarantee that you felt like your physical best on any given day, and the trade off was that night you have like a terrifying nightmare, I feel like that's worth it.
no.
Oh no, man.
Well, because it's just the one night. It's
Uh,
not like every night. It's like, oh, when you choose, you know, when you choose to when you choose to be like physically in your prime, or like not have any pain, like like a fucking.
so if I'm having the worst fever of my life, trade-off is that I have to have the worst nightmare I could possibly
You
think
have to
of.
have like not the worst, but like a really bad one, like a fucking like the one I just described, where like your family members get indiscriminately killed, and it's like realistic and awful. But like
I'm good, man.
in return, you know, my leg doesn't hurt when I walk. I
If
feel
you
like
had the ability to constantly lucid dream, would you lucid dream every night?
every night, no. I feel like you could get
Why
tired.
Mm,
not? Why not?
I feel like when you lucid dream, you're always trying to do the most.
That's real.
Well, but that's like dream you doing it. Real you was doing the sleeping.
Yeah, but you could still be exhausted after a crazy dream, or not exhausted.
Yeah,
You know
actually
what I
no,
mean.
because like I feel like if it's like to the level where like I'm that conscious when I'm like making conscious decisions, like
At that
I
point,
would just
are you
not
even really sleeping? You know, like you.
not yeah, not even that. I would just never want to wake up. Motherfucker
I
don't
Yeah,
want
want.
I want to live in the dream world forever.
I'm not gonna
Well,
lie. I'd be on like some Black Mirror shit. Like I'd not the creep part, but like the telling everybody what to do part.
Just like you just like
yeah.
take over the earth every night.
Yeah.
Can it
Mm,
if I do
I'm
get to lucid dream, can my dreams have continuity? Can I like have the
Yeah, you construct your own world.
I guess that's true, yeah. Just make it exact the way it was last time I was asleep. Just like the super demon overlord of Earth in your sleep, and then in the morning you just wake up and you go to your office job. You're like, oh, what a nice
that
what a
was a
nice
Black
sleep.
Mirror episode.
Is that a Black Mirror episode? They've done everything.
Yeah,
They've done
that's
everything.
the
We need to hashtag block them.
we I'd be like I'd get so bored of lucid dreaming though. I'd be like, what's on the menu today? I guess play the I guess do the one where my whole family dies and gets shot in a random act of violence.
I guess do the one where a random gunman guns down my family. Whatever. I
The
don't think it would be
dreams
that
have
bad
become desensitizing.
because dreams like they're scary in the moment when you have a bad nightmare and you wake up from it, but like after that, it's not a big deal. It's like
Well,
who really cares?
Dude, I've had some shit haunt me.
What could have I what's haunting you? What the fuck? I saw my loved ones get gunned down like the other night. What happened to you? It's that bad.
I used to have this reoccurring dream when I was a kid where like everybody in my family would drown in a flood, and
Drown
it
in a
just like
flood.
kept yeah, and it just kept happening, and like eventually it stopped, but like it was like a reoccurring one that just kept happening.
That's insane.
Telling you, bro.
That's what the dude. The reoccurring ones are so insane. My one friend was telling me about how he would get he would have dreams where his whole family would get one by one murdered. Like he would be it would be a dream of him going to bed at night, and then he'd hear people break into his house and one by one kill his family members and then kill him last. But here,
Insane. It's
but
insane.
here's the insane thing. For the first couple times he had the dream when he was little, it was Team Rocket. It's fucking, you just like terrified of Team Rocket coming in and killing you. Like that's just crazy to me.
That's some deep unresolved
Why
shit
is this
right
guy so
now.
worried about Team Rocket?
I don't know. I don't know. I asked. I was like, why was it Team Rocket? He's like, I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean, every time they show up, they always go blasting off again. I don't know whether.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just take command of his dream. Like, you know, you're blasting off now. Fucking deeply funny though. You like sweating at night before you go to bed. Like, please don't have the Team Rocket dream, please. Have you ever had that moment where you're up at like late at night and you think someone broke in? That's happened to me
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's very scary.
sometimes you hear stuff, but no.
That haunts me more than any dream could ever haunt me. I think. Because I remember like I was just up late like bullshitting like usual, and I guess because like usually it would be my grandma was up like latest and she would go to bed, she'd lock the door. I guess one night she
Yeah.
forgot to lock the door and like the wind blew the door open, so I heard the door open. And then also, and
Um,
this is not a joke, this is 100, this actually happened. Coincidentally, at the same time, my grandma had left her phone out on the table, and her phone's alarm started going off. Like she'd set an alarm for the morning, and it was like clown music. This is not a joke. The fucking clown. So the door pops open. I hear the door pop open and start like squeaking, and then I hear clown music start playing. I'm like, you're fucking me. You have to be fucking me. There's no way. And the clown music kept going. I didn't know what it was at first, so I was just dead. It's like that true. That's like true terror where you just can't move like at all, like just
yeah.
paralyzed. And then I finally I was so scared. I texted my mom. I was like, do you hear that?" She was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, you don't hear that?" And then I finally had the courage to get up and like go investigate, and it was just her fucking phone going off. I was so mad, so fucking mad.
I like that. I'm just unexpected. They think I'm sleeping.
What
They
happened?
gonna leave me alone.
He's standing like 10 feet away from his mic.
He just stood 10 feet away.
What do you mean?
Oh, there you go. He's back, everyone. And just in time for our closing thoughts today.
Yeah, we just had like a. Was that really the best way to end it? Talk about terrifying nightmares?
Talk about the horrifying, terrifying nightmare that kept me up at night and scared me. Yeah, I think that's cool. That's good.
It haunted me as a child,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone comment your dream you have after listening to this. We'll do it. Everyone put your dream journal in the comments.
Someone writes like, I had a bad nightmare that I was actually subscribed to the early bird tier.
I wasn't. I had a nightmare that my late bloomer subscription got canceled. And I didn't get my $5 for the month.
I was relying on that money.
I needed that. Fucking horrible. You live a tormented life. you live a tormented and sad life. You need to get out. You need to get a grip. At $5 a month is all you could muster. Oh man. Anyways,
Make sure you leave in the comments below, wherever you listen to this, where your favorite public restroom is.
and be sure to include your town and address if you feel like it.
Yeah.
So that way we can mail you your $5.
Whatever happened to that dude on YouTube that was raiding public restrooms? And he had that scheduled video.
I think he had a dream where his family was gunned down in a public restroom indiscriminately, and he stopped. He got scared straight. Goodbye, everyone.